Hare Krishna. So Arjuna has asked a question, and his question is that those people who don't follow principles of the Vedic scriptures and do various activities according to their imagination, so in which mode they are in? Mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. And Krishna has already started answering in the previous shloka we saw. So Krishna is saying that one's faith can be of three kinds based on the nature acquired by the embodied soul. So now Krishna is continuing this answer and he is giving more details. So let's see this in shloka number 3. Sattvanurupa sarvasya Shraddha bhavati bharata Shraddha mayoyam purusho Yo yak shraddha sa eva saha. So here Krishna is saying sattva anurupa sarvasya. According to one's existence, Shraddha bhavati bharata. O Bharata, according to one's existence, under various modes, one evolves a particular kind of faith, particular kind of Shraddha. Now here it is said, Shraddha mayaha ayam purushaha yaha yat shraddha saha eva saha. So here it is said that Shraddha mayaha ayam purushaha. So here Purusha does not refer to Krishna here, it is referring to the living entity. So Purusha, or the living entity, is said to be in a particular kind of faith. Shraddha mayaha ayam. And this is decided by what? According to the modes of material nature. So based on this modes of material nature, a person's faith is decided. It's a very nice purport that Srila Prabhupada has given. He's speaking about a lot of things. So in the previous shloka, we understood that from many lifetimes we have been stuck in the material world and we have been associating with various modes of material nature, mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. And from our previous lives, we have acquired a certain mixture of the three modes of material nature and we have got a certain nature now, all of us. So this is what we understood in the previous shloka. Now here it is said, according to his particular type of faith, one associates with certain persons. You see, now in this world, depending on person's nature, the faith that he has acquired in that particular nature, what happens? He will go and associate with a particular set of people. That's how we see in this entire world, we have so many groups. So everyone has got a particular type of nature and a faith and they'll go and associate with the similar category of people. So it is said, birds of same feather flock together. So the people with the same nature, they come together with the same faith to do various activities. It's a real fact that every living being is originally a fragmental part and parcel of the Supreme Lord and therefore one is originally transcendental to all modes of material nature. So in Bhagavad-gita, Krishna made it very clear, Mamai vamsha jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha. All these living entities are my part and parcel, O Arjuna. Krishna is saying this. So if we are part and parcel of Krishna, then we have to be completely transcendental. And it is said, yes, we are transcendental, we are eternal. But now the question is, why is it that we are under the influence of three modes of material nature? Transcendental means beyond the three modes of material nature. But now we see that we are bound in the three modes of material nature. What is the reason for this? And here Prabhupada is answering this question. Very important. When one forgets his relationship with Supreme Personality of Godhead, what happens? He comes into contact with material nature in conditional life. He generates his own position by the association with the different varieties of material nature. There's only one reason why we are bound here in this material world. Because we have forgotten our relationship with Krishna. We have forgotten. Because of that, we are bound in the three modes of material nature. Therefore, one has to become cleansed of the material contamination that he has acquired in order to regain his relationship with the Supreme Lord. So, this is a very important point to note. We have got this human form just to revive our eternal relationship with Krishna. Somehow we have forgotten. We have forgotten. And in this world, in the three modes of material nature, we have built our own relationships, we have our own priorities. But then after coming to Krishna consciousness, after reading Bhagavad-gita, this becomes very clear that we are eternal part of Krishna, but then we have got separated because of our foolishness. We have forgotten the relationship that we have with Krishna. Now it's the time to revive that eternal relationship. And how to do that? By following Bhakti Yoga. So when we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So when you chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, read the Bhagavad-gita, Bhagavatam, honor Prasadam, do some seva. And when we do all these different things in the association of devotees, what happens? This relationship that we're talking about will be revived. This relationship will be revived very nicely. So here it is said, if one is situated in Krishna consciousness, then that path is guaranteed for his elevation to the perfectional stage. But one who does not take this path of self-realization, then he is surely to be conducted by the influence of the modes of nature. So here it is said that the word Shraddha originally comes out of mode of goodness. So any faith, anyone who has any faith, actually that is coming from mode of goodness. One's faith may be in a demigod or some created god or some mental concoction. One's strong faith is supposed to be the productive of works of material goodness. So when it comes to mode of goodness, that actually gives rise to faith. Now faith in whom, that is another question. But faith in something, that is the product of the mode of goodness. So one thing we have to understand, in this material world, we don't have pure goodness, pure passion, pure ignorance. It's a mixture, it's contaminated. This is a very important point to note. So when we say mode of goodness, it's not pure goodness that we are talking about. Why? Here it is given. Pure goodness is transcendental. In purified goodness, one can understand the real nature of Supreme Personality of Godhead. See, in pure goodness, we have to understand the person is above the three modes of material nature. And in such a state, he can understand Lord Shri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It should be understood that if one's heart is in the mode of goodness, his faith is also in goodness. If his heart is in the mode of passion, then his faith is also in passion. If his heart is in the mode of ignorance, then his faith is also in ignorance. So in this way, depending on which mode of material nature the person is in, his faith will also be determined accordingly. Thus we find different types of faith in this world, and there are different types of religions due to different types of faith. Thus, according to different types of faith, there are different kinds of worship. I hope now we understand why throughout the whole world there's so many different types of worship that are going on. It's because of this. Because people have got different categories of faith based on mode of goodness, passion and ignorance. Now see, Krishna has spoken in general. Now he's going to go more specific about this aspect of faith. So let's see that in the next video. Hare Krishna.